Alright, so for this video, it's entitled, The Miami Heat's Silliest Trade Also Became Their Greatest Trade. And as this video progresses, I'll explain why I chose that title. This video is more about me going back and remembering the situation when this acquisition transpired. Now the first item to mention, this technically wasn't a trade, but the way it was presented on SportsCenter, I thought it was a trade at the time. But anyways, on September 1st, 1995, the Miami Heat acquired Pat Riley in exchange for a first-round draft pick and $1 million going to the New York Knicks. Back then, I was watching this news with some friends as one of them started laughing in regards to how comical it was due to how much a team had to give up for just a coach, despite that coach being the very accomplished Pat Riley, and then I joined in with some laughter myself. Alright, so yes, coaching matters, but ultimately, back then, we thought that talent was by far more important in NBA basketball. Furthermore, we thought there wasn't much difference, not a huge gap in coaching from the best coach to the worst coach. However, as time went on, I would understand to a greater degree the impact, negatively or positively, a coach can have on his team better in the NBA. Nonetheless, this was a unique situation. Yes, a similar situation happened in 1992 with Mike Dunleavy going from the Lakers to the Bucks in exchange for a couple of second-round picks, but this was something I was not aware of back then. But anyways, at the time, we thought this was silly to give up so much for just a coach, as we thought Riley was just going to stand looking serious on the sidelines for the Miami Heat. However, that would wind up not being the case, in which I'll get to a bit later on. But first, I want to talk about the Knicks in this situation. As mentioned earlier, this was technically not a trade. In June, after the 94-95 NBA season, Pat Riley resigned by fax from the New York Knicks with a year left on his contract. A couple of weeks later, the Knicks filed tampering charges against the Miami Heat. The case would later be settled as the Knicks would receive $1 million and a first-round draft pick, which wound up being Walter McCarty, 19th overall in the loaded 1996 NBA draft. For some reason, I thought the Heat gave up more, but nevertheless, what my friends and I didn't realize was that Pat Riley was also going to be the president of the Miami Heat, as he would have complete control over all basketball operations. Hence, from what my friends and I thought was a silly trade, would actually result in the Miami Heat being one of the best, if not the best, NBA franchise for the next quarter century plus. It's amazing, in 1995, by only giving up $1 million and a first-round pick to get Pat Riley, which led to being consistently competitive for a long period, in which I never would have thought Riley would be with the Heat for so long. But for me, I will remember Pat Riley with the Miami Heat, with how quickly he built the Heat into title contenders with the acquisitions of players like Alonzo Mourning, Dan Marley, and PJ Brown, and then acquiring Tim Hardaway and turning him into an all-NBA player after perhaps many thought he was done due to his injury issues in Golden State. Furthermore, the way Riley got production out of players like Vashawn Leonard, Ike Austin, and Anthony Carter was also amazing. So just for the heck of it, I'll say this was a trade, but I'll put an asterisk next to it. Was this the greatest trade in the history of the Miami Heat? I obviously would say yes. Yet I do want to mention that LeBron James, he was traded to the Heat from the Cavaliers in what was a sign and trade, but perhaps that trade also deserves an asterisk. Thank you so much for your interest in this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for all the support.